is back. We're getting started again in a few seconds. All right, inshallah, let's go ahead and let's jump into the next sessions. Let me get rid of this first. All right, perfect. So, as we have already covered your movement all the way to Mina, now comes the toughest part of the Hajj you're going to actually face, and you need to do this for 3 days. Mina to Jamarat. This is if you're going from Mina to Jamarat and back to Mina, you're looking at least 2.5 hours, 3 hours, depending on your walking pace. I'm a fast walker. I do it in approximately hour 45. Do all the rituals of Jamarat and return back. It may take longer for you. Maybe you may do it faster than me. It all depends on how physically fit you are, and this will matter. And the best way you can actually proceed ahead with this is you want to definitely make sure you have an umbrella. You want to make sure, of course, you have your pebbles. Let's say you walk all the way to Jamarat and you forgot your pebbles. This is where it comes in handy. This is why we recommend everyone to carry extra pebbles so you can share it with your teams. Consider yourself a team, a family. You can share it with your family so they can use those pebbles and they can replenish you once they get back to the camps. Extra is always good. Don't go underprepared with the pebbles. Go over prepared. Don't go too over prepared where you have like 140, 150 pebbles. No point of that. Like maybe 80, 90 pebbles should be a good quantity. Make sure you stock up on water. Why I say carry light but go heavy on the water? You will need this water on the route. Carry the electrolytes with you. Put it in the water, shake it up, drink those electrolytes. You're going to find yourself being feeling much better when you're doing this walk. You don't want to go and you're sweating, and it's not just drinking water is not going to do the job as better as the electrolytes because you have sodium in there too. You're losing a lot of salt when you are sweating. So it's not just about it's not just about just hydrating yourself with just water. You need to get that salt in so your body can absorb it. Comfortable footwear. We have mentioned this multiple times. You should have comfortable footwear. On this day, when you're done with Jamarat, when you proceed this ahead for the following days, you can wear regular shoes. So this is not something that you need to worry too much about. ID and meds. Keep your meds with you. You don't know where you're going to need it. So split your meds up into maybe 2 3 different sections. If you're leaving something in Mina, utilize a separate pack that you can use to carry with you, to put water bottles, maybe some fruits, some snacks, so you can have that on the way with you. And when we see ID, we mean your nuzuk identification. You should not have your passport with you. This is a reminder. Leave your passport in the hotel room. Do not carry it with you. Your nuzuk ID is enough for your entire duration. Snacks and wipes, light food, tissues, wet wipes, this is for your convenience. If you get hungry too often, especially when you do a workout or something like that, or when you walk, you want to have those snacks so you can utilize those, inshallah. So know the facts before you go from Mina to Jamarat. This is one of those things where it doesn't matter how much I explain it. Even if I physically sit down and take every haji and explain this to you, everyone is losing their cool. Nobody has control over this. There is a strict guidance from local authorities. They have banned timing for Jamarat. You will not be able to exit the tents. So there are some things that may put these rules under enforcement. Sometimes they'll go light on it too. Depends on what's going on. Weather, extreme temperatures, storms, or other harsh weather. Maybe there is like a sandstorm. They're not going to let you exit the tent. This is for your safety. They don't want to mess up your Hajj. This is for your safety. This is the service provider has no control. We as guides have no control. And if you somehow escaped the tents and you went outside, local authorities will catch you. They will find the company and they will come and drop you off back into the tent. No point of attempting this. Temperature plays a big role, and you will get temperatures maybe well above 110 Fahrenheit. And this hot weather, we've even seen 55 degrees centigrade in Hajj. It's a pretty normal thing because Hajj is considered summer over there these days. So this is one of the reasons why they have these time bans, and you may not be able to go between certain timings. And then there may also be overcrowding concerns where you may have a stampede risk. Back in the days, we used to hear this a lot. There were major accidents. I believe there was one in the Hajj of 2015. There used to be a lot more back in the days, like in the 2000s, where suddenly a crowd, a crowd pushed through, and there's a crowd ahead, and they just, and what a stampede is you have about like 100,000 people. They just push through a crowd, and whoever gets under, everyone is just stomping them and walking ahead. Just imagine, the difficulty, and this causes death in most cases. Don't think this is something where, oh, it's just a regular matter. People are just stepping on me. Imagine hundreds and thousands of people actually walking through, and they're all stepping on people. And there's a lot of deaths that used to happen. So we have seen this control timing for a while now, at least since 2015, 16. We have seen these control timings even for overcrowding as well too. So even if the weather is good, you may be banned from going because they want to avoid large crowds at particular time. So the service provider or guys do not have control over this process. This is something that comes directly from the local authorities. Timing may be different on each day. They may change. It's all according to the current situation. In some cases, you may see a change. In some cases, it may just stay the same. Arguing and fighting with your guides, or service provider will not change anything. You fighting with them will not make it so where you're able to just go and do this. Maybe you may fight enough where they may let you out, and then again the local authorities will come and grab you, and they will put you back in the tent. So please follow the rules. This is important. The rules are meant to protect you, not to cause you any harm or mess up your Hajj. Follow those strict guidelines because they're for your health and your safety. And it becomes pointless at a certain point. You want to make sure you're protecting yourself. So actually, let's move back. I actually want to switch over to maps again so we can map it out for Al Muassam and cover this a little bit. Bear with me 1 second. All right. So we're going to start from the same point we actually stopped from. So we're going to go ahead. Let's say you're in one of these camps. I'm selecting a central point. It doesn't matter whether on your this side of the camp, this side of the camp, or this side of the camp. All roads lead to the same thing. Don't attempt to go towards the road that we came from Muzdalifah, because most of the time they'll block it off. They have other Hujjaj that actually go from there. So first things first, we will cross this road, go all the way to pedestrian tunnel 15. From here, we start the walk. We're going. And you're going to see this route. It does get a little bit interesting as we proceed ahead, because we're actually on this side of the road. I'm just showing this for showing purposes, because the other side is actually used for coming back. So you will see the Hujjaj actually switching over onto this side, and you are still walking over here. The Hujjaj that are coming back, they will be using that side. So you're proceeding ahead. This is basically, if you see mountain, know that there's a tunnel. You got into a tunnel from here. You're going to go ahead, and then you exit. Once you exit from here, you already walked 1.25 miles. As soon as you exit from here, you will see water fountains on this side, on both sides. As you exit, these are shades over here. These are actually some shades. You will see some water fountains over here all throughout, spread out. You can take a little break, maybe restock on water. Maybe you didn't carry enough water with you. So you will go ahead, you will proceed, keep walking. Right. And then, because there are a lot of tunnels involved when it comes to this, you will go ahead. So thus far from the camps, you have already walked about 2 miles. And you go ahead, you exit, you get to see some daylight again right after this tunnel. This is the last tunnel you go through. And then you are not on the completely top floor. I believe we're like on the 3rd floor or something like that. So you will get under the shade from here. You will go inside here, keep going ahead, and then you will turn over here. So now, after walking 2.15 miles, you have reached Jamarat. From here, you are proceeding ahead. You will skip the first one, you will skip the second one, and you will proceed ahead to the last Jamarat, the big Jamarat. This is where you will do the stoning on day 1. On the rest of the days, you will start from the first one. You will do stoning for all 3 of them. From there, What I want to cover are a couple of things over here, because you have multiple things that you can do from here. Because you will need to go ahead and you will need to stop over here and you will make your decision. What exactly are you doing? If you are going back to the Mina camps, you make this turn over here. You're going to start walking in this direction. Let me remove that for now. You're going to start walking in this direction. This will loop you around and this will put you on the other side of the road. And this will take you all the way through exactly where we came from. You will go ahead, and when you reach this area, you will notice something interesting. You know, the area looks very different compared to other areas. So you cannot forget it. So you will know exactly where to turn from, and you will know exactly where to go for your camps. And inshallah, you will also have the location saved. So that's if you're going back and if you're not going for tawaf, ziyarat, and sa'i on 10th of Zulhijjah. Let's say you decide to go ahead. You will need to do a couple of things. So you will go ahead, keep walking straight ahead. What you see over here, these are all escalators and they may all not be functioning. Maybe all of them will be functioning. You take that escalator all the way down. So let's say we choose this escalator. This is the one that's only open, or maybe all of them are functioning, but we still decide to use this one. We go down the escalators and then we go ahead and we start walking again. There are some floors that may actually take you out on a walking route to come straight from here. But for us, coming from the Al Muassam side, we will not have that option. We will have to take escalators to go down. Now, at this time, I want to back up a little bit and I want to mention a few things about Majar al-Khabsh. But Majar al-Khabsh, it's much easier. So I don't want to spend too much time. We have staff over there. There's mushids over there. Everything is going on. I will just mention a couple of things, but I don't want to do a deep dive into it. Al-Muassam is where you actually need the proper training. So these camps over here that you see, these are Majar al-Khabsh camps. So all their movement is through trains, and they do have to walk to the train station. So you are leaving from these camps depending on where you get space, and you will go from here and you will come to the train station. The train station is approximately somewhere in this location, and you will be taking the train for everything. There are long lines. There's approximately like a mile and a half walk to get to the train. Keep those things in mind, but we're not doing a deep dive for Majar al-Khabsh. Our main focus right now is on Al-Muassam. But these things ahead, they will follow along to be exactly the same. So as you proceed ahead, you have decided to actually go and perform your Tawaf Ziyarat Sa'i on day one. So there are a couple of things. They have a bus station. You can go with the bus station option over here. This one is generally open to particular Hujjaj. It's not open for all Hujjaj. But generally speaking, you will see buses lining up onto your right. It can be in this area. Sometimes they put it in this area, and you get on the line. You get on the line, and the lines start much earlier. Try to ask some staff. I end up usually walking a lot extra. These are free shuttles that will take you close to Haram to perform your Sa'i and to perform your Tawaf Ziyarat and Sa'i. So you can attempt to utilize anything, but there are a couple of things. Maybe you want to walk all the way to Haram. The route for walking all the way to Haram, you will see it from here. And let me just show you what this approximate walk will look like. I believe it goes up to about 7-8 miles, reaching all the way to Haram. This road will take you directly to Haram, and most of the route is shaded. So you go from here. Once you get out from here, you will usually go from here and you will get out on the Safa Marwa side. So just to reach to Haram, you're talking about almost 5.42 miles if you're walking all the way. This is not something that I personally suggest. I would say this is one of those timings where you actually want to utilize transport that is available to you. Just bear with me a few seconds because I do need to show you a few more things and a few more routes to understand. So most people, they will end up taking private cars. Let's say those shuttles are not functioning. Generally speaking, this is the area where the shuttles function from. You will get online somewhere over here. Maybe you decide not to go with the shuttle. Maybe you're like, you know what, I want to take private transport. I want to drop off my things to the hotel before I proceed ahead. So this is one of the most famous bin Dawood in Makkah. This is called Shisha bin Dawood. You ask anyone, they will guide you towards Shisha bin Dawood. From here, You around Shisha bin Dawood, you will find many transportation. Go bargain with someone, don't argue with them, get close to Haram, and from there I will explain something to you, the easiest routes to actually get to your hotel. They will generally charge you something between 100 real to 300 real. Bargain with them so you have an easier time. So most likely they will drop you off in the Gaza Suleimaniya area, which is around here. And all you need is you need to be near the second ring road. Walk up the second ring road. Doesn't matter which direction they drop you off on. So most likely either they will drop you off somewhere around here. Maybe they'll drop you off somewhere. Wherever they drop you off around this ring road, you won't have a hard time actually getting to your hotel. If you're staying in Voco, you will come over here and you can get off. You take a separate taxi from this ring road and you can walk to hotel Voco. From here you can walk to your clock tower hotels. Maybe you have a hotel in the Gaza Suleimani area. Wherever your hotel is, you want to drop it off. As long as it's near the Haram, you can utilize this route. Wherever they drop you off, get on the second ring road. Ask someone if you can. If you can't find it, get on that ring road, tell the driver, they will make a U-turn from somewhere and they will drop you off near your hotel. Don't tell them to drop you off exactly in your hotel because they will not be able to, but they will be able to play around with the ring road. Maybe they'll charge you 50 reals, maybe 20 reals, maybe 30 reals, and they'll drop you off close to the hotel and you walk from there. Drop your things off, head to Haram, go do your tawaf, do your sa'i, get done with this, and then you need to make your way back to Mina as well too. But consider this, you are walking about 3.4 miles for this, and this is something that you do need to heavily prepare, so you are ready to actually go and do this. I want to move back to the slides. So stay with the group, move and agree, move together and agree on a meeting point. This is very important. You do need to stay with your group leaders, follow designated route and paths for transports to Haram. Because we already mentioned this, make sure to keep yourself hydrated. Footwear, make sure it's comfortable, light bag, carry essentials. Have patience, expect crowds, walk calmly, walk steadily, walk on your own pace. This is also very important. Prepare yourself for tawaf, be ready for worship upon arriving to Haram. If you have a very small backpack, like something that's not too bulky, they may allow that to take it into Haram. So if you get close to Haram and you want to just get done with the ritual before you go rest in the hotel, you can do that. Another thing is there was a fatwa recently given for the tartib, for the actual order of things that are followed. So there are permissions given even from the Hanafi side. Other schools of thoughts already gave permission, like it's not important if you follow the order. It's better if you do, but if you can't, it's almost impossible these days. So when you get done with Jamarat, you can go get a haircut and you can actually get out of Ihram. This is something that you need to understand. So your tawaf can be done, your tawaf and sa'i actually can be done in regular clothing. This is why it's important you go get your haircut, get to the hotel, and then go in your regular clothes. You can go into Haram and perform your tawaf, ziyarat, and sa'i in regular clothes. And some of you may also do your niyyah for tawaf al-wida, for your farewell tawaf, especially if your package is ending. Right after Hajj, you should get your tawaf with that done, just in case you don't get another opportunity to perform it, as it is one of the wajibats for Hajj. And of course, know that by this time you should know where you're entering in Haram from your hotel and where you're exiting to actually get back to your hotel. And we will also cover how to actually get back to the hotel. But I want to jump back onto the maps. I already showed you how to get back to Mina. We follow that same route and we go back to Mina. Nothing that complicated. But inshallah, we do want to make sure you understand these things beforehand, inshallah. So keep in mind, if you do put it in Google Maps, it is not going to show you this pedestrian route. Even if you put the walking, it will do some weird route and it will show you like 10-15 miles of walking. It's not going to make any sense. So knowing these things is more important than following Google Maps, especially when you're there for the days of Hajj. So we want to also talk about, like follow your group leader. We're gonna inshallah try to assign some group leaders who will go for tawaf ziyarat and sa'i on 10th. Some we will assign on the 11th, and on the 12th, it's a little bit different. We will get and we will jump into it and talk a little bit more about that. But knowing these routes will really help you actually in the days of Hajj. And this may look complicated, but all the ways are blocked off. If you can see there's multiple routes over here, you will be on the same route. Automatically, you will be put onto this route. There's not something that you need to do special. You will follow through and you will get over here and you will see as you go there and you will understand the explanations that we're giving. You will have a deeper and better understanding. When you actually get into it, everything will click into place, inshallah. All right, let's proceed ahead. Make sure that you are checking up on each other too. When we go, we're generally a group of 30, 40, 50, 60, sometimes even 100 people. Group leader is leading from the front, but everyone is behind the group leader. Make sure you are checking up on the people around you. This is very important that your companions are like your family over there. Protect each other, know who's there, who's not, have a backup plan. Decide what to do if you are separated. And this is where technology plays a huge role. This is where your phone being charged plays a huge role. Avoid the use of phone so you can actually follow your group leader. If you get lost, try to send a message to them, see where they are, ask them to share a location. Be considerate. We are there for ibadat. If we push some people and we go ahead, what's the point of doing the prayers? We are there for the sake of Allah. And do you think Allah would want us to push around people, especially the weak and elderly, to make space for ourselves? Have some patience, give them some space, take your time and move ahead. And when you're returning back to Mina, make sure you rehydrate, rest for a few minutes before you head back. And if you're able to walk all the way back and also reset when you get back to the camp. Now, this is something that is it's not a simple topic. It's not an easy topic. But the plain and simple way of putting this is there are certain locations where they will have authorized shuttles. You hop on them, you get close to Mina. The list is not released to us. We may find out after we get there. We will provide that information at a later time. I covered this in details for the shuttle locations in a previous seminar. You can refer to that. One of those 5 shuttle locations are generally used, or sometimes all of them are used as well too, to actually go back to Mina. Keep in mind, some shuttles may drop you off near Jamarat. Some shuttles, they may actually drop you off inside Mina as well too, but there are different locations. But generally speaking, you will end up spending some money from your pocket. Take a taxi to Al Muassam slaughterhouse. Once you get off from there, it's about like a 15-20 minute walk to actually get to your camps. And I do want to jump on maps and actually show you that, so you have a better understanding. Just bear with me 1 second. I do want to pull up a fresh map. All right. So as I mentioned, our camps are around this area, and this is the butcher house, where most people will give reference to this. This is where this is actually Al Muassam. This is why this zone is actually, they call it Al Muassam, because of the slaughterhouse. If you ask someone to drop you off by the slaughterhouse of Al Muassam, they will most likely drop you off somewhere around here. If you're lucky, maybe they may even take you inside. But most likely you will get dropped off somewhere around here. And this tunnel, it's about like a 10-15 minute walk to get through this tunnel. And one of the reasons why I actually wanted to get into a fresh map was so I can actually show you the measurements of what the walks are looking like. Give me 1 second. Let me get that route label too. So most likely you will get off somewhere over here, and you will be walking from here, and then you will be going from here to here. So you're looking at about approximately like maximum, let's put it 3,430 feet. So more or less about 3,500 feet is what we're looking at that we need to actually walk to go from here to here. This is the best location where you can get off, and you will be following that same route that I showed you to actually go back and forth from Jamarat. You spend your time in Mina. Maybe you want to go back to the hotel, rest a little bit in the hotel. hotel, whatever you're comfortable with. These days, alhamdulillah, the camps are pretty good. They have good ACs, working ACs. The camps are pretty cool. Unless it's like extreme heat, you may not feel it as much, but for the most part, the ACs are pretty good. So moving ahead, inshallah, let me go ahead and share the presentation as well too. So move with the flow. Uh, this is something where, we're just continuing this. Avoid peak hours. It's better to go later at night. Once you're near Haram, go do your tawaf, do your sa'i, go. You can rest in the hotel. You don't need to spend all night in Mina, but you want to spend a certain portion of the night in Mina. So if you leave after 12 o'clock, maybe get there around 1 a.m., maybe 2 a.m., go and rest, go for the Jamarat the next day. And that maybe at this time you can bring some clothes with you, as when you're doing these walks every day, you will have to come back to the tent, shower, and change your clothes. So be ready for that. Maybe you've used up all your electrolytes. Carry, if you're in the hotel, take some extra with you to utilize that for the next couple of days. So the format of activities are pretty simple, as we have been talking about. So the day of Eid, 10th of Zulhijjah, this is where it starts for us. We go just on the big Jamarat. We do our Hajj sacrifice, which is being done now, either through banks or anything like that. They take care of it. And as I mentioned, you go, once you're done with the first day of Jamarat, you can go get your haircut and actually change into your clothes. And then you go, you perform your tawaf and sa'i in regular clothes. Sometimes I even like to keep clothes with me, and I would try to actually just get the haircut done as soon as I'm done with Jamarat, go to the public restrooms, change my clothes so I'm comfortable. I have my shoes with me, wear those, and then walk back and then start doing the walking. It gets much easier on you. 11th of Zulhijjah is pretty simple. You just go stone all three of the Jamarats. If you haven't performed your tawaf and sa'i, you go perform it. If on the 12th of Zulhijjah, you go for all three of the Jamarats, tawaf and sa'i. If not performed on the 10th or the 11th of Zulhijjah, you will go ahead and perform it. And then on the 13th of Zulhijjah, this is an optional day. As I mentioned it, there is huge virtue for this. If you can stay, please stay. This is usually, there's no rush. Everything is more relaxed. The last day is something completely different. So you stone all three of the Jamarats. And if you have not done so, this is especially for the elderly and sick. When they get back to the hotel, make your arrangements to go perform your tawaf and sa'i, so you can have that ease, as I mentioned earlier in this session. So proceeding ahead, inshallah. These are some things where, like, everyone needs to return back to the hotel, understand both of the routes. It doesn't matter whether you're leaving back on the 12th or the 13th. 13 is usually a lot more relaxed, nothing to worry, but the 12th, things are chaotic. So you have two routes returning back to the hotel from Mina. Either you can do Mina, Jamarat to the hotel. This route, why I personally recommend this, you already are walking to Jamarat. Why are you going to bother walking back to the camps? Carry everything with you. This is where carrying light really comes in handy. Go do your stoning, head to the hotel from there, grab a cab. You may have to spend some of your own money, or maybe grab a shuttle that you previously grabbed to get closer to Haram, depending on your hotel. Whatever the situation is, keep yourself at ease. Keep the route simple. This is the route that I personally recommend, and this is how I usually go back as well too. I don't want to take the headache of going back to Mina and then proceeding ahead. Route 2, no expense from your pocket. Expect extreme delays. From Mina, you will go to Jamarat. You will do your stoning. Then you will walk back to Mina, and then you will wait for a bus to be assigned to you to actually return back to your hotel. So this is something I want to keep this open. You may have some group leaders, they prefer to actually take the bus from Mina because their group is carrying such heavy stuff that they don't have that luxury of actually just walking to the hotel or walking and taking a cab from Jamarat. So to make it easier for yourself, you are carrying light, you are prepared, everything is good. Route 1. If you're not, if you're carrying heavy, maybe you're elderly, you're sick, you are not able-bodied to actually go and do the Jamarat, then you should be using this option. You will send someone to do your stoning for this day as well too, and then you will be returning to the hotel with one of those buses, inshallah. So save time, get to the hotel on your own, expect additional expense. I covered this, and budget accordingly. No need to walk back to the tents. That is also a strain on its own. If you are packed light, it will be easier to get back with your belongings. If you're packed heavy, go back to the tents. It's better to get on the bus. And then Mina to hotel, you use returning buses, follow signs, official board busing. So it does get, like I mentioned, it does get chaotic. It does get out of hand. Exercise some patience. This is one of the things that like we all need to learn this. Your group leader does not need to go and fight. You don't need to push your group leader for any of these things. Stay calm. When your turn will come, your group leader will grab you. You will be online for a little bit. You will hop on the bus. This is something you need to make lines quietly. You need to concern about your safety. Your This is because safety, people are not understanding how many safety issues comes in when you are doing this movement. So you do need to kind of back up a little bit and try to actually board the bus in an orderly fashion, and make sure you are getting on the right bus. You may have a group leader guiding you. Maybe they're in a hotel A, but you're actually in hotel B. Multiple buses will be leaving, so keep calm, hop on the bus, and get to the hotel. This is if you're using this route, which was option number 2 that I mentioned. Of course, follow the staff instruction, listen to the drivers and volunteers for smooth movement, keep the aisles clear, hold your belongings close to you, avoid blocking passageways. So what we mean by this is you don't want to lose your things either, and you don't want someone to trip over your things. And then, of course, stay hydrated, keep water with you. You don't know how delayed these buses will get. Remain seated if possible for safety during the ride. If you're able and you can stand for a little bit, stand up, give the elderly space. This is very important. And when the bus stops, don't try to rush yourself out. Please exit calmly and in an orderly fashion so you are safe, the people ahead of you are safe, and nobody is injuring themselves. So, inshallah, that is it for today. Sheikh Subhan, if you would like to coordinate the questions in the chat, so we can take them, inshallah, and we can proceed from there.
Jazakumullah khairan. A very informative session. I hope everyone benefited from this. If anyone has any questions, inshallah, put them in the chat box, and inshallah, we'll take it from there. This recording will be available on the YouTube channel soon. Inshallah, we'll be sharing the recording link on our channel as well too, inshallah. So if you would like, inshallah, post a question in the chats, and we'll take the question from there, inshallah. Again, if anyone has any questions, inshallah, they can put them in the chat box. Will Hajjaj get Haram for the package? This was covered in our previous seminar as well too. We do recommend that you do bring an extra Haram with you and you do buy one. In regards to the service, in regards to being received at the airport, the service provider will be there to receive you and then put you in the bus or private car, leading you to your destination of your starting of the package hotel. So this will be available on our website, on our YouTube channel, so you can definitely take a look at that as well, inshallah. So the process of taking a taxi from Medina to Mecca, we won't recommend it because some of the restrictions are there from the ministry as well as the government for entering into Mecca. So some of the taxis are maybe not allowed to get into Mecca. So we just want to make sure that the transportation that you are taking, it's okay for them to take it's okay for you to get inside Mecca at that point if it's before the days of Hajj.
Sheikh Soban, you can also coordinate some of the previous questions because I know you were busy answering them as well too in the chat, but maybe we can answer them over here too. So any relevant questions to our topic today, please start taking those questions so we can answer those, inshallah.
Okay. In regards to the vaccinations, this was a seminar which was done on our medical seminar. Please do refer back to that one. You'll get all the information in regards to your medical preparation in that seminar. Again, we are only answering questions pertaining to this webinar. If you have any other question, you can always reach out to us on our website or at our customer support as well too. Brother Harun, I think if you want to take this one, all these walking between Mina, Muzdalifah, Jamarat, we're in our group. So wives, parents stay together, correct?
That is correct. But one thing, actually, maybe we may have missed this. So this is a really good question. Men and women tents are completely separate. You have like a whole zone of like 20 tents just for women. Then you have a whole zone of 20 tents just for men. And when I say 20 tents, I mean like they're sectioned off. They're within the same vicinity. So if you are trying to meet with your spouse while you're in the camp stay, you will have to exit the men area. You will have to message your spouse to actually exit the other area so you can meet somewhere in the middle. This is very important. But the movements, yes, they do generally happen together. You will have the families movements actually happening together.
Jazakumullah.
Sheikh Soban, if there's any previous questions that you may feel is relevant to actually jump into, maybe we should get this on audio as well too, so others may benefit with the recording, inshallah.
Sure. So there was a question as staying on the 13 and Mina, our choice is up to the guide. I answered that one. It's your personal choice. If the guide does stay in Mina on the 13, you're more than welcome to stay with the guide, but it's really your personal choice. Brother Harun, I think you want to also mention this because we were talking about the Qur'an, the raffle. This was a question, I think, so people don't get confused. When Qur'an takes place for Mina, will the families be split up?
No, the families will not be split up. Generally speaking, those quras are very interesting. I mean, like for us, we just go, we sit, and we just spectate, and they just have like the raffle going on, and they will have all the people split up in there. Meaning, they don't generally go by guides, at least for the service provider we work with. They go by the countries, and they'll split up some of the countries into half, and according to those numbers, they will be doing the qura. So, the families are not split up; the families are together. So if you're let's say we may be like USAA or USAB. So depending on which one we are, even non-US Hujjaj that are with us, who are registered with us, they will be with us as well too in the camps, and we will be together in those movements and everything. So the guidance will be accordingly to that. So the families don't get split up as long as you're with the same service provider. Even if you book different packages, you will be together, inshallah.
I just want to add on to this one. It does vary from service providers. So it doesn't have to be that the raffle is taking place in other service providers, but some certain service providers do the raffle. Brother Harun, this is a very great question that's in the chat. Is it possible to explain how movements from Majar al-Kabsh will take place? Take a train to Arafat and then walk to Muzdalifah and then
This
a
is a good
train
question.
to Majar al-Kabsh?
So, Majar al Khabsh, generally speaking, Majar al Khabsh, all the movement is through train. You are not doing any of the walking. And as you saw in the maps, like your camps are right next to Jamarat. It's a long walk. So all the movement is through train. Expect long lines. This is something where you should move with the expectations of seeing very long lines getting on the train. The trains are heavily crowded as well too. Be ready for that. And generally speaking, because the movement, when even like you're going to work in rush hour, you know how crowded it gets. Sometimes you can't even take the particular train that you need to take. And if you are taking a train or you're stuck in traffic, is that same kind of situation. You hop in there, just have some patience and hop in the train. It's not that long of a ride. You go take that ride, you get off, and then you do the walk to Jamarat and then to your camp. So generally speaking, all your movement is through train, and anything that you need to do to walk from camp to train is through walk. There is no buses involved in Majar al-Khabsh, but there is a separate zone for the buses, and it's very easy. The team on the ground will guide you through where you can take the buses to go to Haram for Majar al-Khabsh.
I just want to add on to the train. So I know most of us, actually all of us, will be in the state of Ihram. It's very, very, very important that we do consider the other fellow brothers and sisters while entering into a train. If it's crowded, do not enter that train. You don't want to be too sticked with each other. And also just making sure that there is breathing room as well too, so we're not overcrowding ourselves in the train as well too for Majar Kabsh. So this is a question that we have covered in our previous seminars as well. Are we going to perform Hajj with a guide group? Is the assigned guide will be with us all the way? So this
Saban, can
on
I take that
yes.
question if you don't mind? So there are some things that you really need to understand. We, as you get to the hotels, and the guides that will be with you in the hotels is a little bit different than we actually get to Mashayr. In Mashair, specifically speaking about Al Muassam, majority of the Hujjaj that are traveling with us, they are in Al Muassam. So we will all be together, all the guides will be there, and we will have different guides assigned to different tasks on different days. This is something where uh we actually recommend getting to the hotel with the guide. So let's say a particular guide is assigned to a hotel in the clock tower. It doesn't matter which hotel you're in, you go with that guide, you get to the clock tower, you go to your room, rest up, do whatever you have to do, and the guide will give you a time to perform your tawaf and sa'i and get back. This is not a activity we recommend to do with the group. It is impossible to keep the group together. Maybe if there's two or three people, sometimes we as guides, we may go together to perform tawaf and sa'i together, and we never return back together because you are so strained in these days. You need to follow what your body is telling you. If your body is telling you slow down, you need to slow down. If your body is telling you rest up when you see your bed, rest up, go in the evening. Just make sure you get everything done before that time so you can make it back to Mina. So the guides will be taking you back to Mina. The major responsibility of the guides will be to actually guide you through the route, to take you to Jamarat, bring you back to Mina. You can do that on your own as well too. So please try to understand this. It is nearly impossible to perform all activities with the guides. If you have traveled in Ramadan for Umrah, you know what the Haram looks like. It's impossible to keep a group together in the same fashion. Just imagine Haram is so crowded, they actually stop crowds from going in the Mataf area. And if you want to add something on that, Sheikh Soban, please feel free.
No, I think you're right, and I just wanted to add on to this that this Hajj on the Move series that we are doing. If you have not watched How to Perform Umrah or the series of what to expect on the days of Hajj, we have covered those in the previous seminars as well. You're more than welcome to actually go and view those videos as well, so you get a better understanding on what to do in Umrah and how to perform Umrah, as well as what to do in the days of Hajj as well. Next question is: will gents and females be separated between Mina, Muzdalifah, Jamarat, Mina? I thought they were. So
So they are separated in the camps, but if you need to meet your spouse, you're gonna have to exit the camp. They're not together, but the movement does generally happen. Like sometimes we're not even able to put the families together. The men are just hopped into one bus, and because we do have a female murshid as well too, Sister Farhana, so all the females will be with her, and we do the movements. But it really depends on how the crowd is looking, what's happening, what our placement spot is, where the camps are assigned. If you get a camp assigned location where it's impossible to exit the men and the women in the same area, then it's not possible to get the families together. So be ready for that. But generally in Arafat, the group is together moving from Arafat to Muzdalifah.
how far is Majar al-Kabsh to Jamarat?
I would say it's about it would take you almost like 15 minutes or so, 15 to 20 minutes.
All right. So the movement from Arafat to Muzdalifah is separated by group or by country. So for each service provider, it's different. It varies for us. We do it by country. So like we mentioned the raffle, it goes with the country wise. So we basically move country wise, and we have like USA and USA-B. So we know which packages are in USA-1 and which packages are in USA-B, and that will be coordinated with your guide, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah, Sheikh Soban. I think for this year, we will be a whole unit on our own when it comes to the raffle. Inshallah, I will advise the service provider to actually, because I want to do the whole movement for our group in one shot. I don't want to split anything.
Inshallah. If anyone has any other questions, inshallah, please put it in the chat.
I think there are a few more if you want to coordinate those questions, inshallah.
We're not really sure how big is your current group. Every package is different.
Done Umrah many times, but Hajj is totally different to perform on the stage. Jazakallah khair, Brother Harun wa iyaakum. May Allah make this journey easy for all of us. Yeah, inshallah, this is a dua that we must make all the time. Alhamdulillah, you have secured your packages, you're attending the training sessions, and this will help you maintain. The people will mostly tell you, you're doing physical preparation, you're doing spiritual preparation, and just have sabr, have sabr, have sabr. But it's not just that. You need to mentally prepare yourself too. If you're not putting yourself in the footsteps of a haji, you will not know what to expect. And when this stuff hits you, it just keeps becoming a lot bigger and bigger and bigger strain. Our group is, I believe, in Al Muassam. I think we're around, Sheikh Suban, correct me if I'm wrong. I think we should be a little bit over 200.
Uh, Correct, for USA.
For you, no, for all of our Hujjaj. We do have some Hujjaj from
Okay, yes,
UK
yes, yes.
and I believe South Korea as well too. So our total group will be 200 and some change, inshallah. The train that we take from Majar al Khabsh is free, or do we need to pay for it? The train is free. You will get a completely separate wristband for Majar al Khabsh, and that wristband is what you utilize for the train. Actually, I want to back up a little bit. This is a very good question. So keep in mind, we every year we see the same thing. The last wristbands that are given are Majar al Khabsh, and the movement is separate. So you may be in the same group, but if you're not in Al Muassam, Al Muassam Hujjaj generally they receive their wristbands before departure, and Majar al Khabsh generally they receive their wristbands while getting on the bus. So keep these facts in mind. Your murshid does not have control over this. This is all depends on the service provider, how they plan to do it. And we like to keep mentioning service provider because we want to keep this neutral for anyone rewatching or anyone that may be traveling with a different service provider. So you know what service provider you're traveling with, and most of our guys who are they working with. So you have a good idea of most of the information that we mentioned for back end, who it applies to. So, Sheikh Suman, if we don't have any more questions, inshallah, we can
Yes.
inshallah, and because today's session was a little bit long, I do want to apologize, but this was a lot of important information, and it was important to cover every aspect of days of Hajj.
With that being said, Jazakumullah khairan for joining us. We will have other series as well too for Hajj Out in the Move. We will have others ones as well. If anyone that needs to contact us for any more information, our information is on the screen. You can contact us via phone, email. Inshallah, we will be able to, inshallah, answer your questions from there as well, or reach out to your guides as well, so they may be able to answer any question that you may be having, inshallah. Jazakumullah khairan, and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallah khair, everyone, for joining in. And again, may Allah make our Hajj easy on us. Please, if you have not started walking, start walking. If you have not taken your meningitis shot, please get it done as soon as possible. For your meningitis shot to be valid, you must have taken the shot 10 days prior to arrival. So don't delay this. You may get a reaction. Please refer to our medical seminar that we did to get more information on that. But please, please, please get these things out of the way. May Allah make your travels easy. May Allah make it easy for you to perform Hajj. And inshallah, we all get a accepted Hajj. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.